Now, Jeremiah Smith is on the campaign trail right now during the fall, a few practices in out there in Columbus. Go ahead and check out this graph from Jeremiah Smith, dude, that the Ohio State social team posted. Just, my man's all over him. One hand between your legs. Give me that. I'll tell you what, I saw this, and seeing this just one, that's pass interference, two, ridiculous catch, one hand, no problem. He's built like an absolute avenger. It made me feel great about the Heisman pick for Jeremiah Smith. That's first off. Second off, if that was College Football 26, the video game, and I was playing defense, I would be launching my controller through the wall because defense is actually in a halfway decent position when the ball arrives. Everything about Jeremiah Smith just falls into the he's not supposed to ... category. Like, he's not supposed to make that catch with the DB all over him with the less than ideal pass. He's not supposed to be 223, 6'3", and be that fast, move like that, have that hand-eye coordination. He's not supposed to have the year he had last year as a true freshman in college football. He's not supposed to be the go-to guy when it is 3rd and long in the national title game against Notre Dame as a true freshman. Again, but like all these things are just rule breakers to once again prove dude's generational. You don't say that because of the clip. You get that reaffirmed because of that clip, because he stacked clips like that on top of each other since he arrived in Columbus as an early enrollee freshman. But like, okay, check that box, verifiable. Jeremiah Smith, yet again, going to be an absolute psychopath. Got to thinking, though, when you watch that clip, plays like that, on one hand, should instill a little bit more confidence that the floor is only so low for whoever you have at quarterback. Whether it's Kienholz, whether it's Sayin, whoever wins that job, more power to you. But the raw talent they both come in with, I mean, we've talked about Lincoln Kienholz being a freakish athlete in his own right. Dude's windmill dunking as a high schooler from like South Dakota. God bless him. Julian Sayin, 5-star guy, most accurate quarterback in his cycle. That included DJ Lagway. The raw talent part of it, it's only so low. But when you have Jeremiah Smith throw the football too, like the margin for error is much wider than it would be anywhere else. Like, yeah, you're throwing the ball to freaking Batman, dude. Yeah, you're going to be okay when you put the ball up for him. Like, that wasn't even a great pass, but guess what? 1st and 10, Ohio State, because Jeremiah Smith does Jeremiah Smith things. So, on one hand, you're like, whoever we play, you'll be in good shape. And that much is true. I didn't even mention all the other weapons they have to get the football to in that offense, which is another discussion we could have. But as I watched that clip, and I was prepping last night, close to like midnight, baby's asleep, my wife's asleep, and I'm getting a little bit philosophical upstairs. Like, the longer the night goes and I'm doing prep, the weirder I get. So this is kind of a thought that birthed from that. The more philosophical you get around watching that clip. Ohio State, as we mentioned earlier on in this show, they're having like the 10% conversation, which is, do you have a guy at quarterback or the people in place on your staff or whatever it is? It's all about that 10% of getting from, better than 90% of the rest of college football to then winning a national championship. The 10% difference makers, right? You watch that throw. Kid, if we could pull that clip up one more time, if that's a 10% better throw, we're not talking about a first down. We're talking about a freaking touchdown, man. Because Jeremiah Smith, from what I can gather, has some separation there. Now, it's one rep. It's fall camp. We're taking a lot from the little here. That's kind of what fall campaigning is all about. But I'm just saying, I would argue it's actually even more important, based on that clip, to have a true dude at quarterback you can count on, to where we're not just asking Jeremiah Smith to go bail us out every other play. We're like, no. Put it outside, away from the DB, close to the hash mark, let him catch it and run, and like, we're striking at the band. We got 7 points on the board. We're not even thinking about what we're calling for 1st and 10. If we want to go C.J. Donaldson or go quick game, like, we're talking about touchdowns. And again, it's nitpicky. Maybe this is a fool's errand to even have the discussion, but I think that play in itself, to me, is a really good microcosm of what Ohio State has in front of them. You're freakishly talented. Nobody's holding a candle to Jeremiah Smith. I think Bruce Feldman put out his freak list the other day. Number 1, Jeremiah Smith, surprising nobody. You're super talented. Do you have someone at quarterback that can make those 10% differences to win a national championship? That is what's about for Ohio State. So Jeremiah Smith, hot on the campaign trail. We love to see it. Vibes are immaculate in Columbus, as they should be. They will have every opportunity to repeat. But that 10%, will it make the difference? The plot thickens. But yeah, Jeremiah Smith is still a freak show. Surprise, surprise.